of ESPN.
Nigga, my mama gonna go to war, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old she is or how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga don't do this. Well, he better do this. That's right.
Yeah. But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see Shador.
Right, it's about to
get
Dion already doing
that. We all saw what we saw. You know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's
it's like when you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off me. No, don't touch me. Was it worth the $30,000? Now? In the moment.
In that moment.
Use up. You remember? Was it bingo night or was it? 44. You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But I'm gonna keep it high level. This is gonna just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. this whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is, I am undefeated.
Oh, come on. And me playing basketball, and I just want to light up.
He's getting up.
And show. Yeah, we doing this for real.
He's first.
I want to go rebound.
This one?
Cut that up. I got a match. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do. I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's ugly. Sack on your first play ever in the NFL. Y'all know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear it from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song I got.
Did you say song. Sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
Well, you think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail. Okay, you know what, big dog? Yes. I ain't light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now. Let's get Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it. Blah, 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 blah. What's up, baby? What's cracking, macking from the jacking to the back end? G's up, we's up. That's who we be. Come around, what you want to do. I'm Wiley. Yeah. Wah, wah. Blah, blah. I said, yo, what you going to do? Blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, there's not a better chant, maybe Sparta, than when you see 100 or so football players, and in the middle you hear somebody say, what you gonna do? Blah, blah, blah. What you gonna do? Blah, blah, blah. I'm in that zone right now. That means the Celsius is working this morning, baby. It's working. It's working. How y'all doing out there? Love to all you guys who rock with me in the morning, rock with me during the day, just rock with me anyway. I love y'all. Keep it going. And now we got to get into Coach K. Okay, K. What you over here doing, big dog? Well, let's talk through this because he got something to say about this GOAT conversation, at least the people who was in it. Let go.
His attitude and work ethic. I love him, and I love. He's the ultimate competitor. Kobe was close in that. He's in that room. There's obviously Magic and Jabbar and.
Nah, don't be nice. He started off with Jordan, didn't even have to say his name because it's like, duh. I mean, y'all know what we talking about right here. We talking about the GOAT, right? So he said Jordan, then he said Kobe right there. Then he started going into yesteryear and he started going into all the other greats, which we know. You missing somebody here. What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, there are a number of them. But
LeBron, Coach K!
Thank you.
No, I'm not going to say one more. But let me tell you this thing about
LeBron is not in the room?
No.
Oh! What more can I say? If you Coach K. Now, McAfee had him on. You know, that's a little bit of a turn of the knife to Stephen A. said. LeBron, you know, the guy who came on my show, came on after First Take. You're not going to talk about him? Damn, Coach K, for real?
No, LeBron is in there.
Okay. Jeez.
He's not selling tickets outside.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to know for my
his career. LeBron and I are close, man. He helped us win. I love Coach.
Look, I'm going to keep this debate going since y'all keep the debate going, and that's what we're going to do because that's what we do in sports. I still have people out here arguing that Jesse Owens faster than Carl Lewis. And then they'll be like, well, you can just tell. All you got to do is do the measurement and do the calculation, and you can tell if you convert yards to meters, and then you know what the conditions are. But then, even when they get the answer, they be like, no. But still, it was greater because, you know, he had to deal with the conditions in Germany. And all. Okay. So that's what we do at the barbershop. So this show going to get a little more sporadic, right? We're going to get a little crazier on this show because right now, I don't have time to lose my voice and lose my breath over this GOAT conversation, even though I will. Oh, yeah, I will. Y'all got to understand that LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, all built different. Built different. And I'm not just talking about physically. I'm talking about mentally. Let's just be real. Let's go into the tangibles first. Okay? You want to go straight tangibles. Straight tangibles. Intangibles, LeBron is number one. It's okay. God said, come here. Get in line, everybody. Y'all all in line. Damn, y'all in the front. Chill. Stop crowding each other. LeBron, come here. Okay, I'm hook you up. Hook you up like none other. All right, bye. All right, come here. Michael Jordan, Jeffrey, come here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let me give you a little of this. What's that? It means you can stay in the air a little longer than everybody else. Go. I don't know how we going to do that, but we're going to do it. I'm going to give you some wings. Go. Get out here. Oh, come back here. Got to hook you up with this. What's that? That means people going to really like you because you're going to really be good and you're going to really be first. Go. Get out here. You're going to be a branding genius. Go. All right, come here, Kobe. Damn it. I done gave away a lot of stuff. I ain't got that much left. Let me see. He looking around. He like getting a discount card. You just like the guy Michael, you Jeffrey. You Jeffrey? No, just like him. All right, whatever. Damn, y'all all the same. All right, here we go. I'm going to give you something that he ain't even going to have, right? I'm going to give you some adversity, and I'm going to give you some response, but your response going to be grander. It's going to be crazier. It's going to be deeper. It's going to be darker. Okay? He going to respond and try to find the positives and things. You're going to respond and find the villain in it. Okay? And then you're going to flip it around. And it's going to be crazy for your legacy. Just work with me, okay? You can't do it the same way he did it. He already did it. You look like him. Made all y'all look the same. Damn it, black people. Here we go. All right? You ready? Okay? Take this. Now, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tougher on you because you came after him, right? That's your big brother. Remember that. You're going to be close, though. Go. Now, LeBron, come back. Whoa, I got more to give you, baby. I got some more muscles to give you. Got some more. Tangibles, that's how it goes. Intangibles, man, it's hard to beat Jordan. The only way you can beat Jordan is trying to zig when he zags. The only way you can get at the Jordan is if you do what Kobe did, which is like, I'm going to do just exactly what you did, but then I'm going to respond to it in a different way. You know how the battery works, right? Check out your battery. Check out your AA battery. At the top, it's positive. At the bottom, it's negative, but it still works. That's how you get your juice. Kobe got his juice from, okay, that's what y'all want to do? Because remember, Kobe was positive. Dating Brandy, coming in here with the little round afro, high school kid, went to proms. It was all good. Coca-Cola kid, McDonald's kid. Then it went all bad. Then he made it bad. He said, I'm going to turn this bad to bad. Nah, bad meaning good. And then got his two after, and then girl dadded. Changed the whole legacy. Just like God said, right? So in that ranking, tangibles is LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, tangibles. And intangibles is Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. Being real. The only thing that keeps LeBron closer to Kobe than y'all want to give him credit for is his commitment. Now, Kobe was all in mentality, but LeBron let none of this go. And Kobe didn't either, but this is why they're all 1, 2, 3. Jordan actually was like, I'm so good, I could be bad a little bit. And y'all ain't gonna know, and y'all ain't gonna trick me like that. Y'all ain't gonna care. So I think that's the conversation. I would rank 1, 2, 3 in terms of GOAT, if you had to add them all up. I ain't gonna argue nobody say Jordan, because it is. I ain't gonna argue nobody say LeBron, because it is. If you say Kobe, it's kind of tough, because then you saying he over Mike. It's not about LeBron. See, people, Kobe stands are so lost, they think they battling LeBron just because he a Laker. Y'all got to battle with Jordan. Y'all forgot about that argument. No matter what you do to LeBron, I'm victorious. I got him. You know, Kobe know all them languages, you know, so respect. He go, I got him. They say, there's just one more left. Sensei. And it's going to be tough for him to beat him. So, I don't know. But, you know, if they play one-on-one Kobe and LeBron, what would happen? Let's hear it.
One-on-one is LeBron.
That's what I think. One-on-one is, that's easy for me. You know, that's just like playing one-on-one is, you know, that's how I grew up playing.
Damn.
That's like my thing. You know, LeBron is, it was more like a Magic Johnson would say. He's a great passer. He plays all around the game. I think at the core of me, I'm a one-on-one player. I do that in my sleep.
Damn. All right. You know what's so crazy? I believe him. Look, if you look at LeBron, how he built and how he ball and how he play and his skill set, come on, man. We know that bag ain't the pointiest bag. It ain't the spear tip, right? It's a rounder game. He does more things. He checks more boxes. It ain't like that. Kobe could do that too, but he got that one tool that goes get in that little hole like my nose ring, like just stab you. And that's what Kobe's talking about. He's like, look, I'm built for something different than him. The real conversation is not just can Kobe beat LeBron, even though I think LeBron would try to bully ball him and try to 6'8" ball him and try to get all that going. I don't know if that works, but the real conversation would be, could he beat Jordan? Kobe versus Jordan. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Thank y'all for rocking with me, your boy. Like, subscribe. Hit the like button right now. All y'all in here, hit the like button, subscribe, and then make sure you become a member. Come on, let's go. Do what you do. All right? Simple as that. So I'm thinking if Kobe was to go against LeBron, other than bully ball, Kobe would just probably out-quick him, out-grit him, right? He got the bag. Oh, that post work is nasty, nasty. He got the bag, but that's an interesting thing. Now, let's continue with this randomness. That's what this show is going to be about right now. So we saw last night, if you guys watching basketball, I know y'all ain't. Y'all just watched the show. But KD was out there with LeBron. LeBron got the win on the road. Lakers beat the Houston Rockets. And then they put up this picture right here. I was like, God dang. Y'all got to explain to me what I see here. But I see 6, so I know that's the championships. And then I see these right here. Was that Eastern Conference Championships or something? I don't know what this is. MVPs or something? I don't know what this is. You know what I'm saying? But somebody said this was interesting. They said if you add KD up with LeBron, you get Jordan in terms of career. Because you know LeBron had to fight against this to get to that. And others. Steph Curry. Imagine Steph Curry here too as well. I wish they would have put the picture up of Kobe in there at the same time. But look at all that hardware. Dog, it's so crazy that we really gonna have that comparison, which is the thief of joy. We're gonna really have these guys out here pissed at each other over that stuff when it ain't that deep. It really ain't that deep. But it is, because legacy's involved. All right, let's get to football, because football has some good stuff going on. We all saw yesterday the Chiefs made a big trade for Justin Fields, and people are talking about that left and right. Let's talk through it. Let's go. Okay, the value of the quarterback leaving the game, and look, Patrick Mahomes is the king of 3rd and 6 and acting like he's going to throw it and then scooting them little feet out there, them little bunnies, and the next thing you know, he gets that first down. He's the king of that. But to now have designated plays for Justin Fields that we know is going to be really run plays for Justin Fields, I'm starting to question that. I'm starting to question that in overall logic. Because one, we know it's designated for that. So if he ain't going to come out here and throw it, then guess what? You're not going to have the threat. So therefore, we're not going to be back. We're going to be up. And then if we're up and then we just giving him nothing but target practice, how effective, how efficient that going to be? I don't know. I don't think that's the motto anymore. It sounds good, but I don't think it. See, this is the thing. Like Kirk Cousins is a fill gap. Like fill that gap. I don't think Kirk Cousins is better than Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields is the type of quarterback that you want to catch that lightning in the bottle. So it's like catch him off guard, catch him not ready, catch him not fully prepared in the film cycle of what your tendencies are in this system as a playmaker in this system, with Andy Reid in this system. I think Justin Fields will hit the ground running. Whoa, I just knocked something down. I think Justin Fields will hit the ground running faster than Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins is for the long haul. He's a little more consistent. So you won't get the initial spike, and you probably won't get the same peak, but you will get the consistency you desire. So, and one's a helicopter. Justin Fields a helicopter. Gone. And then, Kirk Cousins is more of an airplane. Not even an airplane on an aircraft carrier. Not the one that goes and gone. Just the one that goes southwest. And then he going to go up, right? So I disagree right there. Continue. Good move. Boy. That shook the football world. We were like, Justin Fields going to the Chiefs. Oh, yeah. Mahomes ain't healthy yet. Oh, yeah. Andy Reid's still there. He ain't retired yet. Oh, yeah. Could build something. Because, look, we see the talent. Justin Fields, we can see the talent. That sucker there. Woo! Sometimes I squint, at least in the running game part of their game. I'm like, he got Caleb Williams kind of skills. Then I see the pass, and I'm like, all right, he a notch or two off Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams got that thing. That thing right here is silly. However, he's good enough where I'm like, we need way more out of you in production than what we're getting. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. When Justin Fields got drafted, go back and watch the draft when he got drafted. I'm weird like this. I actually put things in my head, and I'm like looking at you in that moment. I'm like, oh, something's going to be wrong. Something ain't going to be right. And I saw him. He didn't look like he connected to the moment. Like he looked like he was like, whatever. Not so what, like despondent, but just like there was an aloofness. There was a little bit of distance between his emotions and it seemed like the reality. And I was like, this is how weird I am. I'm thinking all this for real spin. I'm looking at him like, is he okay? Is he happy? Does he want this? And I don't know, man. They say your outside world is nothing but your inner world being presented, right? They say nothing but attitude is altitude. So if I see a quarterback who gonna lead men and gonna have to lead himself first, and he kind of like, maybe that's it. Some cats too cool for school. Some cats never break a sweat. Some cats just, that's who I am. But it didn't feel like that. It felt like this is what y'all want, and this is what I want. And y'all ain't listening to me, so whatever. But, hey, a lot of people chiming in on this because it's going to be huge opportunity. Keep talking.
I think it makes a ton of sense. I mean, this is a low-risk signing. Let's start there. They gave up a 6th-round pick. They're paying him, I believe, $3 million because the Jets are eating some of his salary. That's not just backup money. That's cheap backup money. And he is a qualified back, one of the more qualified, experienced backups around now, given his starting experience. If he does have to play, and let's say there's some complications with the injury, he does bring that experience. I think also you'll see some changes in the offense. But I could also see Kansas City using him in packages as the year goes on. Patrick Mahomes hasn't run a quarterback sneak since he got hurt.
Good point. And good point. Look at them. They can't use video either. I'm just like ESPN. Look, even in this picture right here, I stopped it on purpose. Look at this. Look at his face. Look at his lips. Like that, what is that? That little cartoon that dude be like, yep, everything he do, yep. Like, he just, in the middle of a play, look how athletic this sucker is. I always talk about the 3 bends. These are the 3 bends. Right here, hip bend. Right here, knee bend. Ankle flexion, ankle bend. You see an athlete. The more acute this is, the more athletic he is. Look how low his butt is to the ground on this. Come on, dog. And you can see how, look, it's by design a little bit, but look, ain't no bend. They ain't the most athletic person either, number 74. You get my point?
2019 on one. To me, that's one very obvious way you can incorporate Justin Fields into your offense. And I know we can laugh about it and say it's not a big deal.
He about to score a touchdown. Look at this. See the difference? Look at this guy. I got to get him. I can't. He fast. Look at me. Yep. Another touchdown.
Wait till it's 4th and 1 in a playoff game, and we can talk about whether that's a big deal. For Fields, to me, also, this is an opportunity for him to actually, and I know we're a broken record on this, pursue the Sam Darnold path. And maybe it won't pan out, but when I think about Sam Darnold, yes, we think about Minnesota, but to me, the year he spent in San Francisco before he got to the Vikings, between the Panthers and the Vikings, that is what Justin Fields can look at this as. Adam made a great point about how he'll get a lot of work this offseason with Mahomes' injury. This is an opportunity for him to not only learn under the best, and of course Andy Reid, but also rebuild his value as a quarterback. I love it for both sides.
Man, Mina nailed that. Boy. Yeah, Coach JB, get her a sandwich, damn it. She nailed that. I love how Mina, because Mina's an analyst. Like, they all are analysts by title, not by role. Mina is. Mina literally was like, there is a parallel here between him and Sam Darnold. There was a stop in the middle there that really did him good, even though it wasn't promoted as that. He didn't have the same opportunities, but he really got himself rolling in San Francisco. Look at that Andy Reid and Kansas City Chiefs carried the one. Bam! Let me just say that thing. She nailed that thing. That's what she did. Mina Kimes over here getting Coach JB, get her a sandwich. Okay, so I'd like the move as well. I don't know how he's going to play. Look, just being in the room, in the building, osmosis. You're in Kansas City, first of all, and Patrick Mahomes is in your quarterback room, and you're going to get to see him all the time, every time. You're going to be able to have Thanksgiving dinner with Patrick Mahomes now. Guess what? You're going to learn some quarterback. God dang it. And the style of play that you have, because remember, Patrick Mahomes in college, oh, that dude was crazy. He was out there gambling. So he can take it from gambling to bringing it in, getting it more reserved, getting it more prime, getting it more of an NFL product. And those are some of the things that Justin Fields needs to clean up. You got to know where to look. Quarterbacks are based off of their brains, not their bodies. They're based off of where their processor is, not their arms. A lot of quarterbacks think it's their arms. No, you got to be able to see this thing and hit this thing. You got to be able to see all this and know which one is yours. You know what I mean? A bunch of dots on the wall. Which one is most important? Prioritize right now. Go. You got 2.5 seconds, brother. Pow. All right, do it again. Pow. Right? As simple as that. So that processor is so key. Best quarterbacks we've ever seen, Joe Montana, Tom Brady, weren't winning arm skill competitions. Not even close. Man, this dude's out there. Jeff George could throw that thing from end zone to end zone. Mike Vick could throw it end zone to end zone. These are all good to great quarterbacks, but they ain't Tom Brady, ain't Joe Montana. Okay? Then you get an Elway and Marino. They could do both. Okay? So you got to know who you are. If you Justin Fields, man, with that skill set, dog, you know you can't retire without getting more out of your game, more out of your career. So beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Let's continue with our randomness. Travis, I've been saying your name wrong. ETN Jr.? I don't know. Tell me. I heard it's something different.
Insist on your name pronunciation. There's a few things in life that you got to get right. This is how you say my name. And the NFL media, Travis, we can handle it. Like, we have done everybody from Ndamukong Suh to Younghoe Koo. Like, we can do it. This is an evolving league where we talk about people of different heritages and backgrounds. I've covered Halapoulivaati Vaitai. You got it. I couldn't even say it's no problem. Other sports, we roll off the tongue. We're talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo, Novak Djokovic.
I don't know if he hit Giannis, and I don't think that Antetokounmpo. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Sure, I don't know. I just say Giannis.
And then you get into these complicated situations where it's like we had this whole ordeal of the Tyrod versus Tyrod Taylor, where you're like, say something when you come in the league. It's important that you insist on your name. Robbie Gould, the kicker. For the first few years in the league, he was called Robbie Gould. And then after a few years, he's like, well, by the way, it is pronounced Gold. You should have told us.
Well, I hope you get the biggest one that I know, T.O. I thought it was Terrell Owens. He's like, it's Terrell. I'm like, all right, Terrell.
You should have told us, and we would do it because we respect you. And the last thing I'll say, if someone wants to look at that word at the bottom of the screen, E-T-I-N-N-E, and say, that can't possibly be H-M, this is the same industry, the NFL, that for decades to this point thinks that the word F-A-V-R-E spells Favre. No, it doesn't. It's impossible. That can't possibly say Favre, but we just go with it. It's not Favre, it's not Favre, it's Favre, even though the V is in front of the R. It's inexplicable that we say that, but we do, and we always have. So Travis, I don't care if it's elemental P down there. I'm going to say Travis Achan Jr. because I respect you. And when you respect someone, you say their name right. I'm glad you told us. I just wish you would have told us earlier.
I like that. That was a great, great speech right there. Great, great take, as they say. I don't even know it was a take. He was just out there professing. He was out there preaching. Wah, wah, wah. I will say this, though, at the end. If you respect somebody, you say their name right. I don't like them. That's some corny shit. Like, who gives up? First of all, language is just to convey meaning. If you know what I meant, then it don't matter what I said. That's why there's ebonics. That's why there are different vernaculars. That's why there's colloquialisms. Like, stop. I hate when people be like, we didn't say my name. Like, it's some cultural connection. Like, I just violated your grandfather and all his work he did because he named you and I didn't say it right. People call me Marcus all the time. I know what they trying to say. Even though they dumb as hell because they don't see the L's in my name. I'm going to be Marcus with 2 L's. Whatever. I just graded you. I just judged you, you dummy. But at the same time, I was like, what's up, dog? I ain't mad. I'm just clowning. But when people get like really wrapped up, I guess he wasn't wrapped up enough because he let us say ATN for 8 years or whatever. Then he's like, Achan. I like Achan. That sounds like a rapper. Wasn't that a rapper? Achan, something? Down Redman or something? Point is, respect your name first before you want me to respect it. If you ain't saying it, if you ain't correcting me, and then be like, yo, I don't play with my name. Okay, fine. Whatever you need. When I'm in your house, dog, it's your rules. You say take the shoes off, they off. You say keep them on, they on. It ain't that deep. I just came to kick it. But people get all wrapped up. You don't respect me. Shut up. You don't know what the hell I respect. First of all, what is respect? I'm in your face. I'm eating with you. We about to get some drink. We about to go hit the spot. What else you want? You don't respect me, dog. Man, shut up, your sensitive ass. I don't know what respect means. I messed your name up, dog. I just bought you some fish sticks. But you mad because I messed your name up. Why don't you buy these fish sticks then? That's what I be thinking. I be thinking like, dog, don't get me started on when cats get into their feelings and don't know how to say it. It gets me upset. Well, you know, it gets Chad Ochocinco upset how they treat these receivers. NFL, come on, y'all. And this is real. In the NFL, it's almost like how we treat women, except God did this, not us. God gave them a biological clock. He like, y'all got some amount of time. Y'all got 4 quarters of football before you ain't having no babies, lady. That's what God said, not me, right? And look, everybody got different schedules. Some of them play 12-minute quarters. Some of them play 14. Some of them play 15. Like, it could go longer. And then all of a sudden, menopause, then it's wrap. Game. Right? NFL does the same thing with positions. Running back, how old are you? Boy, you look good. How old are you? 29? Oh, okay. Cool. You see, ooh, he look good too. How old is he? He's 31. I don't know. What? You just say he look good. Yeah, but he's 31. I don't know. So let's talk about it, how they treat these receivers after they get 30.
Go ahead. Talk to me. I hate when they do this to us. Hey, chat, I hate when you reach your 30s, as great as DeAndre Hopkins was, as much as what I know he can do and provide for offense, especially one like the Baltimore Ravens, and to be underutilized, understanding how good he is in one-on-one situations, in goal line situations, 50-50 balls, turning to 90-10 when it comes to him, when it comes to making contested catches. All you got to do is just throw it in the vicinity. He has hands like Larry Fitzgerald. I'm not sure what his drop rates, what his drop percentage is, but I'm sure it's up there with some of the best in the NFL, like Chris Carter and Larry Fitzgerald. Once you hit your 30s, they continue to weed you out. Obviously, yes. On the team, they don't use you as much, obviously, because they more so use the young Bulls and the young Bucks that they do have. But he's such an extreme talent. Even at 33, I understand the production that he can have, but it just I hate that they weed you out. I mean, it happened to all of us, huh?
Yeah, I mean, look, there is a business model that supports why they do that for many reasons. One, when you get to a certain age and tenure, just naturally, if you still around in the NFL, there's a veteran minimum, and there's also almost a respect minimum. Like, you've earned enough. You're going to demand more. You're going to need more, right? You're not young and cheap, okay? We get it, right? Your girlfriend, your fiance, your wife, way different than the girl you just meet at the club and just say, what's up? Right? It's a whole different experience. You may think the girl that you just meet cost a grip. She talking about, let's go out to eat. Let's go to Spago. Let's go over here to Mr. Child's. You like, damn, girl. But think about it. A Mr. Child date versus being married, when you got bills, you got an engagement ring, you got a wedding ring, you done bought a car, you done bought a house. Jesus. Oh, well, like, where Mr. Child's at again? Jesus. Right? It costs to be the boss. So in this situation, when you see a veteran, every owner is thinking he's just gonna cost more. Now, you may have a young stud, but in the first beginning at least, you got a young stud for cheap. He on a rookie deal. I don't give a damn who he is. Rookie deal? That's why they put it in the rookie wage scale. Because they're like, we got to have some breathing room where these suckers, we got to weed them out. We got to know who real, who fake. Now, if he real, at the year 3, we trying to keep him. We trying to give him that big bump. But if he ain't, good. We didn't have to pay him because we were paying dudes to figure it out, and they were getting us. And guess what? If I'm an owner, you're not getting me. I'm a recycle this loss. This loss is going to the fans, and it's going to you players. Oh, yeah, he took away from your salary cap, not mine. You going to pay for it. Oh, fans, yeah, he took away our salary cap. So Pepsi is now going to be $35. Yeah, 12 ounces. You heard me. Yep. You're not going to the game? Oh, poor you. Somebody else come on in here. So that's how they play it. That's how they do it. That's why that number does matter. At that certain age, there's expectations that come with the economy, that come with those economics.
Julio Jones, you know, I can go down the list of all the great receivers that were great at one time, and they go to teams and they're underutilized just because of age. And that's the way they weed you out in general. And at some point, it's going to come to a point where the game is so young where there's no more opportunities left for you.
Oh, Joe, you know this.
Let me get on that point. The game is never going to be that young unless the game is that young because it's that good. Like, you ain't got to worry about age. Like, you got to worry about, this is only conversations for when you're on the bubble. This is only a conversation when there's a tie. Whenever you put yourself in Gen Pop, you got these conversations. Think about it. In life, like recruiting, I've had this argument with a couple of my friends. They were talking about how bad the portal is now, how bad recruiting is now, and how the NIL is rigging everything. And I said, y'all got to remember, all these things weren't designed for the average bear. They were designed for the creme de la creme. Look, if you are one of the best in the country, let alone the best in the country, what do you think of the transfer portal? If you're one of the best in the country, what do you think of recruiting? If you're one of the best in the country, what do you think of NIL? You get my point? A lot of times we lose ourselves because we got a C+ in the class talking about they ain't treat me like an A student. None of those things I just named, NIL, transfer portal, recruiting, contracts in the NFL, is for C+ students. They don't want to tell you, but I will. They don't give a damn about you. You just average. If you doing what he could do, then y'all both average. I need you to do what nobody else can do. And then I need to find another person and another one at different positions. I can't be having all y'all do kind of the same thing. All y'all go out there for 45 catches, 647 yards, 4 touchdowns. Man. That's C+. Be real. And that's not Hopkins. But at the same time, Hopkins has to separate himself because there are old receivers in the league. And they don't have to deal with it because when you old, you better be good. And I don't know what he's saying. He's saying it's not fair because the standard and expectation changes. Well, you know that. Life ain't fair and the NFL certainly ain't.
Once you start going every year, it's year to year, you're only going to be there 1 year.
Yeah.
The likelihood of them bringing you back, you saw what happened. He went to Kansas City and he went over here and he went over there. He might as well get accustomed to, if he wants to stay for an extended period of time, just says, you know what? I'm a hired gun. I'm here it's a temp service. Anybody that's in the chat, know about a temp service.
Yeah.
You're there temporarily.
Yeah.
He's going to be on these teams temporarily. They're not looking for DeAndre Hopkins to be a long-term solution.
Nope.
Yeah.
He might believe he can, and I don't have any reason to believe that he can't. But I'm saying they're not going to give you those opportunities because they don't intend for you to be there after the time in which you are there, which is basically the football season.
Because, let's be real, they gave you the cheap time to be great, and you were. Then they gave you the big money time to be great. And you were. But at the same time, things didn't work out. And also, you're playing in a position, just being real, that they know they'll pay, but they know this ain't the position that gets you over the hump. So when you're talking about Baltimore in particular, they're trying to get over a hump. Paying a receiver a whole lot of money is not how they're going to get there, and they know it. Now, they thought it was going after a DN, and it turns out they had to remix that thought. They probably don't know which way is up. They probably don't know how to get over the hump. But every scenario is different. So think about this. This is why life's not fair. This is why the NFL's not fair. There are 32 teams. Do 32 teams all need a number 1 receiver? No. Do they all need a number 2 receiver? No. Do they all need a number 3 receiver? No. But we're into the upgrade if we can. Okay, what's the upgrade going to cost us? Can I go get an upgrade from Akron? Dude that just left, a 5th rounder from Akron? Or do I go get DeAndre Hopkins, who's going to come with a vet minimum and won't get out of his bed unless you give him, what, $8 million? $10 million? I don't know, probably higher, maybe. Then you always are scared with a veteran because you just don't know if you're going to get DeAndre Hopkins or you're going to get CP3 or Chris Paul, in the sense of he going to come in here with all these, I know, I got it, I understand it, I've been through this, I know what it is. And you can't mold young minds around somebody who already knows what's in front of them. It's tough. And DeAndre's not any of this. He's not a malcontent, none of that. But the point is, that's what they think. I'm trying to give y'all what the thought process is. And they can be wrong. At the same time, they gonna bet and be safe because they rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah, I hate that.
It is what that, Ocho, that's what it is.
I know. I hate the way that business works like that, especially when you have a player that is really good at what they do. I mean, really good at what they do and really good at what they've done. But again, the opportunity
Look at Shannon.
increase.
Look at Shannon.
I hate that.
The damn Oregon State came out of his ass. Oregon State, man, you got my face, boy. If I wasn't good enough to get recruited at Oregon State, but they saved themselves a hell no. If you would have recruited me, you want to go to Oregon State? Hell no. I had a girl I was dating. She went to Oregon State. She was smart too. So I ain't trying to say it's a dummy school. It's not even about it's a dummy school. All of the schools got the same books. I hate when people do that. Oh, you went to Ivy League. You're super smart. Well, we probably had to read more than you did. But at the same time, we read the same stuff. I do know that because I've taken courses at other schools. And I do know that the workload is different in the Ivy League. They be like, we got 3 books to read this week. And you're like, what? Cliff Notes, please. Chat GPT now, please. But back then, it was like, you better read them 3 books. You better figure it out. Get them Cliff Notes, something. You go to other school, they were like, all right, we got this book this week. You're like, oh, 1 book, that's it? Oh, man, come on, this is easy. So then you start thinking the school's stupid or dummy when it's not. It's just simpler. It's a little easier. But schools are not based like that. I don't think that's what makes a school. It's the families that go there, the reputation and, the lineage, the people who went there. How successful are they? Then you start saying, oh, that school's good and dope. But I'm not a big believer in dumb schools and smart schools because there's smart people everywhere. Dog, if you look at we're going to look at it, Forbes list 500, the billionaire list. Some of these cats went to schools, you're like, what? So I don't ever get elitist like that. But just know that it's some different families at these schools. I will say that. Some different families. All right, so let's get into it. We're not done. Beat up in the comments. I see some members in here, so I got to give y'all some love. Jared M., what you talking about? There are chapters in this thing called Life and Football. Preach, brother. Preach. Chaotic Gesture up in here, too. My man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Who else we got here? Anthony Smith always rocks with us. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get it going. Love for you guys. Let's continue the chaoticness. I like just being random with this show, okay? Then I'll leave y'all some videos and clips on another later on in the day, but right now let's just get random with it. Let's go bam, 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 bam.
Like you don't want players waking up like, yo, you know what? Tonight I'm dropping 100. Yeah, I'm going for it tonight. Get 100.
Dropping 100 points, like
none of these stats are normal. The scoring is inflated. Yeah. Like think of some of the shit we saw. We saw Russell Westbrook average a triple double for multiple seasons.
Yeah.
Again, that's a product of the game, and it has a lot to do with 3-point
Joker
shooting.
might be close to averaging a triple-double right now.
Yeah, he probably is.
He might be.
I mean, it just makes historical comparison hard. Like in the triple-double case, rebounds are very different now. than they were 20 years ago. A lot of teams, because of advanced stats, they just go up the floor. Once that shot goes up, they go back up the floor. So a lot of times, point guards are now getting rebounds that bigs were getting before.
Yeah, I mean, style of play. I was about to say that before, but I'm glad. And it's okay. None of us are smart enough to really encompass all that is happening then, all that's happening now, and properly make it congruent. You can't. It's going to be uneven, and it should be. You should look at one era and say, oh, they did this better and this worse, and then look at this era and say the same thing. But we're always in this this rhetoric or this logical conversation of trying to make them smooth, trying to make them connect, trying to make them compete. And because you're trying to do that, you're running two different races, right? It's almost like you're saying, I'm running 100, and he's like, I'm running the 110. And if he's running the 110, what does he need to run to make the time the same as the 100 meters? 110 yards. But he's not. He's running 110 meters. It's not the same. You know what I mean? That's what's so crazy. Stop arguing these eras. Stop arguing these eras, or argue them and say, this was this, that was this. This is that, and that ain't this. And Young Jeezy, I messed it up.
So the game is different. But of the number 16, real fast, Wilt 73. Number 15, Wilt 78. Number 14 was Elgin Baylor 71.
Fuck out of here, Elgin Baylor.
Number 13 was Wilt 72. 12 was Devin Booker 70.
Where was Wilt Hunted, the alleged Hunted? Where was that at?
Why y'all gotta stop with this alleged?
I'm hating on that too.
Yo,
sound like back in the days they were over there Stat padding. I knew that was wrong. Stat padding. Too much Celsius. Come on now. He only named one modern. Everybody else in the 50s, 60s, 70s was getting 70 points. We had 80 points. Keep talking.
After that Bam game, I'm shocked he didn't have 150. Wilt.
Yo, rules were different then. Number 5 is number 5 on it. It's a fairly ethical game, especially compared to Wilt's other ones, because they also look at potential assists, like times where you just look the guy off just to jab. He didn't do that this game. Wilt was 36 for 63 in that 100-point game.
Yuck. No, I mean, that ain't bad. That's pretty good, right? What was it, 36, 63, 62? That's like 55, 60%.
And shot 28 or 32 from free throws, which is the difference. Wilt missed his free throws most nights. Yeah. So that was the big thing.
He hit.
Yeah.
Hey, 28, 32. You had 32 free throws in 1973. You know what that means? Them have been who they playing there with the tanking. Who y'all play the Wizards? They were tanking. Yeah, 32 free throws for that. You know what's so crazy? Because y'all don't know what they were saying back then. Just like I'm old enough to know what they were saying about Michael Jordan when he first got in the league. And everybody who's old enough to know was like, yo, they hating on Jordan. They were like, oh, this little dude can score, but he's selfish. Oh, he can score, he's selfish, but he ain't gonna ever win. Literally, they were saying that. Because it was Magic and Bird. They were like, oh, that Jordan guy, man, that style of play ain't gonna work. They lucky they didn't have enough media out. And I'm not saying that Magic or Bird would have went there, but Bird probably would have. But enough microphones get in your face, and you competitive, and you Magic or Bird, and they keep talking about Jordan, you finally say, man, that man ain't gonna never do nothing. Not that style, right? Kobe did that. Kobe did that to, I think it was James Harden. He was like, he ain't gonna never win. Now he right. Maybe this year's the year he's wrong, because he's in Cleveland and it's looking good. But the point is, Magic and Bird was just like, we ain't got to worry about him until we anoint him. He ain't going to do it. And then, boom, he did it. But imagine day one, they talking crazy about you like that. Who knows what they were saying about Wilt getting 100 points? Oh, this dude, they sound like Bam, right? It's a Bam game. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, they don't know what role to put you in. Who's laughing at my jokes that I ain't even said yet? Well, let's keep laughing because they trying to figure out a role for LeBron James. I love this chaoticness. Let's just go.
Are they better without LeBron?
They're not worse. No, look, I still feel like, and we know when the three of them were playing together early in the season, it's a small sample size period. Early in the season, they were bad. Lately, they had been playing better together, but it's still a small sample size. I do feel like in a playoff series, they'd have a better chance with LeBron.
Of course.
You know, then
it slows down. I get it. But I just want to juxtapose what he's saying right now and give you a little contrast. I think he's going to go there. Come on, Chris.
Then without him. because of his experience and all of that stuff. But the numbers clearly say they're much better without him. Here's what is going on, though, because with or without him, I don't think they can make noise in the West. So I think it's a moot point to some degree. But what's going on is that the Lakers need LeBron to be Chris Bosh or Kevin Love.
They need him in that role. That role nobody signs up for. You know why you're in that role? Because there's two other guys here who are better, at least offensively, than you. More than likely, it's offensively. It's not defensively. They don't give a damn about defense like that. They say they do, but they don't. Even though it wins championships, right? If that's the case, Tony Allen's your first option. And they're like, no. Tony Allen just play defense and then get the ball to somebody else, right? So we get it. So that means you got two guys who we think could go get it, bucket, ball and bucket. But nobody signs up for that because the third guy can go. Think about it. To make it to the NBA, you know you used to have to go in high school, college, AAU. You had to go. Ain't no like, I was all defense and I made it to the NBA. And you won't even make it through the combine, through the draft combine. They be like, no. You got to get that ball and bucket. So then you there and all of a sudden they say, pass it. And then you be like, all right, can I shoot now? No. Pass it again. You're the third option. Ooh, that's tough for these cats. It's tough for them.
That's what they need. And when you have a ball-dominant, over-dribbling superstar who's also your best scorer, all right, you can only have one other big scorer.
Man, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's a good point. I just want to see how that point now meshes with this point. Because we got to talk about LeBron James embracing that role and see if he can, if he will. Because it sounds like you don't think he did. You don't think he can. You don't think he will. Man, you can see that first things first, ESPN, Fox, these streamers, these Amazon Prime packages, they like, y'all ain't getting our video. Look at these. This is like y'all on YouTube. Crazy thing is, to Chad's point earlier, when you get to that certain age, they like, dog, we don't see no future in you like that. So we going, even though somebody may be less than you, they certainly can do less than you. Austin Reeves is less than LeBron still. Like, you know what I mean? He can't do all the things that LeBron can do. Even though somebody's less than you, we going to think more of him because of his age, right? Like, as soon as Luka got here, 25-year-old star, by 40-year-old star, by 41-year-old star, by soon-to-be 42-year-old star, right? And it's best for LeBron. Blah, blah, blah. You ain't no I in team, but it's a me in team. LeBron struggled through this, and as he should. LeBron, when he was out, people were trying to read into his body language and everything when he started the season off, hurt with the sciatica, which people were saying, including me. I don't know about that, dog. I don't know about the sciatica right now. I don't know. Bad timing. And, you know, maybe it's real or whatever. But it sounds like you're having a little spasm right now. But do you? Okay? Then you came back and you was like, I'm integrating. I'm going in. We're going to do this. I understand it's your team too, Luka, but we're going to share this. We're going to do Dwayne Wade, LeBron, year one, Miami. Then they start slipping because they already had a reference point of success before you. So now they can see, this ain't the same. Numbers, stats, wins, losses, everything. Then you're like, damn. If you LeBron, all of a sudden you saw him open the floodgates in terms of criticism. Whether that came from the organization, whether that came from the league, who knows? Who cares? It was open season on LeBron. You the reason. You're the problem. And LeBron ain't stupid. He like, wait a second, I'm playing a legacy game right now because these numbers are great, but I already got all these records, and I'm going to keep getting them. But at the same time, y'all playing with my name. So what happened? Like anything. Necessity is the mother of invention. He had to reinvent himself. Because he knew it was necessary. He had to. If not, they were going to eat him alive. Eat him alive. Shows like this. Inside the NBA, excuse me, Dougie Fresh. Yes, move. Has slipped through the cracks this season on ESPN. I wanted to read this one because how y'all feel? Like, I'm not lying. I don't know if it's my schedule, and I am busy, especially with my itty bitties. I don't know if it's just I'm missing it. Is it because it's too many streaming services and I'm watching Amazon, then I don't flip over to ESPN? But it just feels like this show went away. I don't know. NBA Twitter aficionado Rob Perez, better known as Worldwide Wob, whatever the hell, has been on top of it all season. And if there's anyone who has the pulse of NBA fans online, it's Perez. It also happens one of the biggest fans of Inside the NBA that I've ever seen all throughout the season, the maiden voyage of Inside on ESPN. Perez has been frustrated. He has lamented how the worldwide leader has cordoned the show off on many memorable nights this season, rather than getting the insights and absurdities Shaq, Chuck, Kenny, Ernie twice a week, every week to accompany the hoops action. NBA fans have gotten remarkably little inside this year. This weekend was the show's last appearance on ESPN ABC of the regular season. What? This can't be new. And because the Nuggets-Lakers thriller went into overtime, ABC did not have much airtime to offer the crew. The postgame show, the real and actual Inside the NBA, was on for just 23 minutes. See, I told y'all this a month or two ago. Everybody trying to say, oh, not everybody, but are you hating or you tripping? Huh? I told you, man, I think, man, my conjecture is Adam Silver had one of the meetings with them broadcast partners. He said, we're going to pump y'all up and we're going to push them down. Watch us. I am disgruntled, loyal customer who gave new ownership a chance and would like to turn in my membership card. When ESPN first struck a deal to license Inside from TNT Sports, many feared this outcome. Even if you didn't buy into the idea that the network would stifle the creative freedom of the cast and staff, it was easy to see things might be stuffier on ESPN than TNT. None of the 4 Inside postgame shows since Christmas has made it to 30 minutes. Are y'all serious? Local ABC affiliates clearly want to kick to local news rather than putting on Inside Variety Hour. And then Charles Barkley complaining. Scott Van Pelt has Sports Center. Oh, God. I'm not going to read all of this, but we get the gist. Come on. Am I the only one noticing this? Beat up in the comments. It has to be, there are no coincidences. If this were the, I don't know, Pat McAfee show, if this were First Take, like the ones that they know that hit, and this hits too, but they hit in a way that it helps their branding as well and grow in their relationship with the NBA, et cetera, because they pump it up. And Inside the NBA, whether it's right or wrong, because I know they say positive things about the sport, but they started to have the reputation of, isn't that crazy? And then I'm sure Adam Silver's like, we got all this new money pumping in. Last thing we need is somebody over here being real, who's keeping it so real. You're keeping it real when it goes wrong, right? When keeping it real goes wrong. I mean, they got to be minimizing that show. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. You can't tell me nothing else. You can't tell me like, oh, no. It's just coincidence. They just. Here's an interesting thing while we on this basketball topic still. Kevin Durant said that the Heat LeBron was the toughest player he had to guard in his career. Everybody. He said, that guy. And then they asked LeBron which version of KD was the hardest to guard. Check this.
The Miami version of you was the hardest player he ever had to guard. Are any versions of Kevin, would you say, the hardest player that you've had to guard?
Shit. I mean, every version. I mean, he's gotten. He continues to just get better and better and better. I mean, obviously, him in Golden State was super dynamic because you just couldn't put multiple bodies in front of him because of the threat of Clay and Steph at all time. So that was super dynamic, and also his time in Brooklyn too. When obviously a little bit of the smaller sample, but when Kyrie and James was out there, you couldn't put multiple bodies. Anytime you can't put multiple bodies in front of a great like that has that ability to score the ball is very, very challenging, And also we had our battles in the finals too. I mean, obviously, listen, even when he was young and, when him and Russ and James, he's never not been great at basketball. So, every version.
I like that answer. It almost makes you feel like, damn, now you want to get the mic back to KD. Say, KD, you want to answer that again? He's like, oh, man, he gave me all flowers. I gave him flowers and a little bit of dirt. Like, not this version. Not you. Not right now, LeBron. LeBron was like, all of it. Right now, he's continuing to get better, even though I don't know if he's better. That KD Warriors was insane. He was so good, he was better than Steph Curry. What? That's crazy, right? To be in a position where you better than Steph Curry, that's next level. All right, y'all. Beat up in the comments. We're going to keep with the randomness. We've got a lot of topics to talk about. We got some elite. Now we're going to have fun later. I want to talk about this. Let's see what Perk talking about. This is interesting. Kendrick Perkins opens up about post-NBA depression. I was ashamed to even step foot outside the house. He did get big, so maybe bigger. So maybe this is part of it. Many professional athletes struggle to find meaning in their lives when their careers end, primarily because playing that sport is all they have ever known. First of all, stop writing shit like this. No, it's not all they ever known. It's all they prioritize, golly. And while former NBA champion Kendrick Perkins has since become one of the most popular broadcasters in the basketball media space, he recently opened up about how moving on from his professional career was easier said than done. In fact, he said that he actually went through 2 years of depression after coming to terms with the reality that despite his 14-year body of work in the league, no other team wanted him anymore. Okay, let's stop playing with this word depression. Because there's real people out here depressed. You don't believe me? Go to a clinic. Go to a hospital. Go to a ward. We can't just say, oh, I had a few bad days and I was missing my sport and say I was depressed. I guess you can. I just rather not, because then what am I going to call that guy over there? See that guy over there? He ain't moved in 4 weeks. The phone stopped ringing. As former league MVP James Harden once alluded to, loyalty is overrated in the NBA and in life. First and foremost, the league is a billion-dollar business in which players are usually treated as assets rather than humans. So once a player's performance begins, we know that, begin to decline of their contract becomes too expensive, teams have no qualms about letting them go. And that was exactly the case for Perkins. Despite earning a reputation as a reliable interior presence and a solid locker room presence, he played his final game in the NBA during the 2017-18 season. I went through that stage where I didn't retire on my terms. Oh, there we go. I retired because the phone stopped ringing. I went through a depression for about 2 years where I was ashamed to even step foot outside the house. You know what I'm saying? Went from a starter to nobody. This happened for me fast, so for a 10-year stretch, I was on the squad, being a starter on the squad, where it was like we was actually contending. Then that just kind of faded out real quick on me. I'm like, damn, this is really over. So I don't think people realize how it is when basketball is all you've been knowing your entire life, and then all of a sudden that phone stopped ringing. That is interesting. I knew it was more than just you not playing basketball anymore, at least if you have a healthy mindset, because that's not all you know. It's a narrative that we run with, but it ain't that. But when you want it and it ain't coming back, now that could be depression. That could be something else than just general unhappiness. Because your quest, your thirst for something that won't be quenched, that's tough. They say anger is not accepting your reality, unhappy with your reality, mad at your reality. That's anger. I want to change this. I can't. I didn't. So I can understand where he's coming from. You know, it's crazy, like, when you don't get to say goodbyes. I don't know if it's the ego. I don't know if it's the closure. Because when you get to say goodbye, guess what? You've been saying goodbye for a while. It just finally you made the gesture. You finally made the finality of doing it. Think about it. I always say every relationship you ever been in, you spend half of the time breaking up. Real spit. You've been together 4 years? Okay, them last 2 years, we're starting our descent. You know what I mean? Argument. Makeup sex. Argument. Makeup. Mm-hmm. We are now clear for landing. Right? So when you get to say goodbye on your terms, you've been thinking it. I remember I went to Darren Woodson's house. I was in Dallas now. Basically, my career, in my mind, I was like, man, this is enough. And I remember talking to him about retirement. He was like, are you kidding me? He said, man, what he said? He said it like on that Snoop album. He was like, man, is you crazy? Warren G, is you crazy? As much money and as much honey as we getting playing this game, man, you better go on in. He sounded just like that. He was like, dog, do not quit playing football. He's like, I know you're hurt. I know you're not playing as well as you want to. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Stop whining, you little punk. Play ball. And I was like, oh, okay. And I did. But that, he also told me, he said, when you start thinking about retiring, you are retired. So I started doing this already then. And this is year 7. I made it to 10. And then at 10, they still were calling me to come back for 11, but I was already this. This was too much. I was like, blah, 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 like a little kid. Blah, 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 blah. Should have kept playing, though. I wish Darren was there at the year 10. He probably said, man, is you crazy? As much money and honey as we getting, you better go on in. Yeah, I should have did it. Real spit. So I think that just the mere sheer fact that you didn't get to say goodbye, she broke up with you, is why you got depressed or you got in your feelings. Literally, okay? Well, sometimes getting in your feelings ain't the worst thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's read this real quick. Peep game. Luka superstar Luka Doncic revealed he's in a custody battle with his fiancee, Annemarie Wiley, over his 2 daughters, and that couple has separated, right? I think he was married and they broke up. I don't know. Fiance, they said, okay. I love my daughters more than anything, and I've been doing everything I can for them to be with me in the U.S. during the season, but that hasn't been possible. Can I read? So I recently made the tough decision to end my engagement. Damn. That doesn't add up. You engaged your fiance, and you wanted your kids here. Oh, maybe wow. I hope you want to engage with somebody who was like, nah, I'm staying over here wherever we at. What? Better stop playing. Got 2 kids. Ooh, girls too. Everything I do is for my daughter's happiness, and I will always fight to be with them and give them the best life I can. So wait a minute, lady. No wonder he left you. Where the baby's at? Y'all supposed to be a family. Stick together. She's like, I said I'll go to America and Dallas only. No Los Angeles, okay? No Los Angeles. Her name is Gotes, so I assume she sound like this. And he's like, come on now. I need my girls. This is so tough for fathers because we can't lie. We love our wives. We love our fiancés. We love our girlfriends. Boy, we love our daughters more. You love your kids more than you love your spouse. Shut it. I know it ain't supposed to be that way. I read the Bible. I don't know how they wrote it back then like that. I was like, pfft. But Jesus didn't have a baby. Let me stop. God did. But if, boy, you have a baby, you looking at whoever had the baby, you're like, thank you for giving me something better than you. And better than me too. It's crazy. So why did I bring that up? Simple as this. Since that occurred, you want to know what Luka been doing? Eating.
I just want to clarify something. Luka's got, that's as a Laker.
That's as a Laker. It took you a minute.
Y'all know what this is? Most 30-point games in Lakers history. Let me move myself for a second. Luka got 52, the same as James Worthy. What?
It took me 14 years. He's got his in a year and a half.
Isn't that wild? He's going to catch Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis
shoot the 3.
He's here for like 4 years. I mean, listen, we've run out of ways to describe him. The attitude, he's savant, the brilliance. We talked about it at halftime, too. I mean, just the way he opens that game with 16, he's got 23 at the half. And just listen, when you need a bucket at the end of the game, we saw it in Denver, and we saw it right here when they needed that one, and he's in the corner. He gets in there into the little jump hook. I mean, it's who he is. It's who he is. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, time and time again.
Yo, blah, blah, blah. Yo, that's crazy. Didn't know it went down like that. James Worthy. The James Worthy. Luka been here for like 8 days. He already tied his record. That's crazy. Oh, man. Records are made to be broken, I guess. Even though that ain't a record. It's your record. All right, look what I just found. I didn't know that they had this. This is dope. This is dope. There's top fans. So I can see who the top fans are. I don't know if it's for today or all the time. But it says Francisco Aguilera's number 1, Brooklyn Shogun number 2, Drew Mack number 3. Come on, Murphy Robert and George Buckshot, Ace W, Anthony Smith, and Tony Robinson. Look at that. Oh, y'all in trouble now. I'm going to be knowing y'all rankings. Y'all wanted to rank the GOATs. All right, we're going to rank y'all asses too. Let's go. Let's keep it random on here, okay? So this is Luka. Ever since baby mama want to act up, you want to do this to me and keep my daughters away? Okay. I give you 37, 9, and 8 and 6 and 0 in the custody battle Luka era. Man, she's pretty. Hopefully y'all get back together. You don't see that in LA every day. Okay, so Luka says, no, you're not going to do that to me. And Anthony Edwards even sending him a shout out. This is hilarious. Anthony Edwards like, man, welcome to the club, big dog. And he's like, what club? He said, child support and baby mama's club. Let's go, boy, drink that beer, boy. You ain't the only one. You thought it was based on color, huh? Nah, it's based on that coin, boy. Hey, this show about to get random and wild every day, every way. We're going to talk about it. Hey. We're going to talk about it. Be up in the comments. Let me see how my rankings change. Anybody changing the rankings? No, not yet. You're like, dog, we just did it. Yeah, respect to y'all. Peep this. This is interesting. I want to talk about what you guys are doing on the weekends and how y'all committed to your kids and busy. Well, David Pollack got some words for y'all. Let's go.
My baby girl does, travel ball on a national level, whatever you want to do with that. I was told the coach, he was like, hey, we got to be there. He's like, you got to be there at the tournament at 10 o'clock. It was a Sunday. I was like, Coach, we'll be at church and then we'll come. And he was like, well, what do you mean? I was like, I don't care if you bench her. I don't care. Like, we're going to church as a family. Like, church is more important. I tell my kids all the time that God is more important than sport. And so I have to show them. Like, I can't now go to basketball every weekend or go to football every weekend or go to softball, whatever that looks like every weekend. And so the world is going to tell you you've got to go, do, busy, work. Like, and I think you can set the things that are important for your family, and you don't have to compromise.
Blah. Hey, he talking that real on the family value system. You got to build up your family the way you want to. I'm not going to get religified on you guys, even though I feel like preaching. I feel like testifying. I feel like saying amen to everything he said at the same time. You got to do you, but you got to do it. His thesis was doing it. A lot of times we say what we want our family built on, but we won't do that because something will come in the way and we'll compromise that and lose our discipline. We don't do what we're supposed to do now so we can have what we want to do later, right? And look, AAU, NFL, flag football, everything is always trying to jump on something you know that's more important or something that will be everlasting. You ain't even got to always go importance, right? Sometimes you can. Sometimes it's just like, dog, I know I need to do this. I got to feed my kids' soul, okay? I can't always feed just their physical. I can't just feed just their activities. I got to feed like some real value. So we go to church, my son and I mean, the whole family does, but last week, just my son and I. My daughters had some therapy classes, and they were doing that, and my wife was with them, so I was like, all right. But they know there's a routine. Hey, we ain't. And then also, you got basketball, but you also got football. I don't miss football. Got to go to football now. Well, basketball looking at you like, really? You going to football? Like, yeah, we going to football. And then you go to football, and then they're like, oh, you going to go to basketball next week? Yeah, we going to basketball. Like, we got to blend this all up because everybody has 24 hours. That's it. No more, no less. No matter how rich you are, how busy you are, how famous you are, it cracks me up because, living in LA, you get to see like the highest of highs, richest of richest, and you get to see it like, yo, not everything can't get done. It's just that simple. So when it can't get done, what you gonna do? You want to get down? All right, so let's get into this. It's a lot going on in UFC. Ooh, I want to get into it. It's a lot of issues, a lot of beef, a lot of craziness. But first, give us some love. Start off with something that we like, something we need.
The way that the White House is laid out, you got the White House, you got the South Lawn, and then there's a road, and then the ellipse is a park that's right there. We're going to be ticketing 85,000 people in the ellipse, and the tickets are free. And we'll announce.
Huh? Why'd you run through that? Y'all hear that? White House card free. That means you ain't getting in. Whenever something free, you almost wish they make you pay so you can price some people out. So you can be like, oh, I can make it. Not too high, though. Not no Kanye West tickets. Like, I don't know what those going to cost, but I heard they're going to cost, and my wife want to be there. But the point is, sometimes when it's free, it's worse because everybody's trying to get there. You ain't going to get in that line, not in the front.
We're going to be giving them away soon, but you should plan on going to Washington, D.C. for this event. Okay, we're going to plan to go. Never mind. You know what? I'll watch it on TV. You know what I'm saying? A free event, a free UFC on the White House? Man, you crazy. How am I going to get front row? How am I going to get 10th row? How am I going to get section 1? How am I going to get any of that? You're not. Oh, okay. Well, part of the reason why I ain't going to go as well is because the card is not exactly as we thought. So the UFC could have had John Jones, Nate Diaz, Francisco Ngannou, Ronda Rousey all fighting on the card this year. Some may say they don't care, but those are certifiable draws. Paramount Plus is interested in viewership. And there's no doubt each of them would have delivered. Now it remains to be seen whether they can close the deal with Conor McGregor. Conversations that they're having to see if he's going to even fight this year. He ain't on the White House card. Let's talk.
Our old friend Antoine Evans, I see him on Twitter saying, Ronda, Gina, Bones, Jones, Nate Diaz, McGregor, and Ngannou all wanted to fight in the first half of 2026. UFC booked none of them. Now, McGregor's still alive, but it is an interesting point. Like they could have had every single one of them. Right? They could have had every single one of them. They could have had Bones, they could have had Nate, they could have had Ngannou, they could have easily had Ronda, and they didn't do any of them. And I know that there are some fans who are going to be like, I don't care, but those are certifiable draws. You know who may care is the Paramount Plus, to your question, Pizzi.
Think about how we would be talking about the UFC had they accomplished all of those.
Yeah.
Great point.
They're back.
They're back.
I want to question one thing about this because I have to respect Dana White's genius. Now, all of those names have way better fights behind them than in front of them. Let's just be real. Even John Jones, who's my dude, best ever, with the arthritic hips and the injections, and I can still do it, but. So there's more great fights behind them than in front of them. When do you turn that page? So boxing in this thirst attempt is not turning that page. There's a Mayweather-Pacquiao again after it was already late before, right? So you got to understand, some people ain't turning the page because they're kind of stuck. Like that's the extinct model, dinosaur. Oh, you want to keep giving them what they already had. And then maybe that's why Dana White is so successful. He turns the page. Maybe he turns it a year earlier, a few fights too soon, rather than a few fights too late. Just giving you what Belichick used to say, rather get rid of you a year earlier than a year late. And it worked for Belichick. Just saying. So we got that conversation going. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. We got to get to some spicy stuff. It's still some conversation. Ice Cube got called an ignorant clown. Adulthood versus childhood. We got to talk about that. I'm in a mood. I'm gonna start doing. Forget politics. Let's do life lessons. Let's talk about women and men and the simplicity. Let's see if this is real. Y'all agree with this?
To make a man happy versus how to make the woman happy.
I love this lady. Oh, they don't love me loving you, lady. Hold on. Let's go. Oh, no, they did me like that. I love this lady. I don't know her name, but I got to get it. She ain't going to go away. Nope. How to make it happen. Okay, good. They try. Why they hating on me with her? That's my girl. That's my boo. Oh, I'm trying to make it bigger. Okay, let's go. Let's hear it again. It's going to be small, but it's all right. As long as we get to hear. Oh, no, it ain't. It's going to be big. Where'd she go? How to make a woman and a man happy. Well, can't lie. They got me. It's all right. We'll do that tomorrow, hopefully. It's really good. Let's get into this Ice Cube thing. Why are they calling him ignorant? I don't like that. Not cute. Not my dog. Gene Simmons calls Ice Cube an ignorant clown. Backlash, of course. All right, what'd he say? Double down on his long-standing belief that hip-hop. Oh, Gene Simmons has stirred up another storm. This time, Ice Cube found himself pulled into it because the KISS co-founder recently doubled down on his long-standing belief that hip-hop does not belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Can't lie. When I first heard that, I was like, really? Then I was like, oh, they ain't got a hip-hop Hall of Fame? Well, we scoot over, Rock and Roll. Speaking on the podcast appearance, Simmons said that while he respects rap artists on a personal level, he does not view the genre as part of rock's lineage. In the process, he referenced Ice Cube as part of a broader argument about what defines rock music and who should be recognized under that banner. Damn. He also pointed to bands like Iron Maiden, who have yet to receive Hall of Fame recognition, suggesting that traditional rock acts are being overlooked while hip-hop artists are honored. He framed his comments as a defense of genre identity rather than a personal attack, but the reaction online tells a different story, of course, because it's ignorant. But let's hear it. Rock and roll is not an instrument. It's not even a style of music. It's a spirit that's been going on since the blues, jazz, bebop, soul, rock and roll, R&B, heavy metal, punk rock, and yes, hip hop. Rock and roll is not conforming to the people who came before you, but creating your own path in music and life. That is rock and roll, and that is us. Okay. Well, interesting. Let me say this. When you don't have your own, you shouldn't necessarily have to take from theirs or borrow from theirs or even share with them. But then at the same time, what Ice Cube said is more than an instrument. Even though, think about it, if you're gun to your head, you say rock and roll. Guitar. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Right? Then you say drums, right? After that, guitar. And then you think rap, you're not saying guitar first, you're saying drums. So it's not an instrument. I get what he's saying. Don't make it so simplistic. But it does feel like hip-hop is kind of like, hey, rock and roll, chill, move over. And they're like, what? Well, you must reserve 4 seats for the hip-hop artists. They need some support. They need some help. They don't have their own Hall of Fame. Why don't y'all think about this then? When y'all started hip-hop. All right, 50 years hip-hop. Start a Hall of Fame right now. I don't know. Beat up in the comments. I do feel what the rock and rollers feeling. Because I've always thought that. I was like, Outkast is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Oh. Okay. So we ain't even getting the pride. We ain't even getting the honor of saying hip hop. We're saying rock and roll. I want to say hip hop Hall of Fame. Is there a hip hop Hall of Fame? Beat it up in the comments. I've never heard of it. And maybe that's why they don't want to go up in there. Okay. Woo, I could get spicy right now on this topic. Let's get on this topic. Nah, I'm scared of my Instagram stuff right now because it ain't working. They just cut my girl off, so they're going to cut her off too. Yep. See, they thought they were slick. I'm not going for it. They're not suckering me right now. Okay. Not me. No, sir, not me. Good. Let's get to this. I want to get to this right here. I got a good topic. Let's talk about adulthood versus childhood. This dude got lit up a little bit for saying the right things, they say. Maybe. Right things. Maybe. I don't know.
Don't rush being grown. It's overrated.
Okay, we're talking about childhood versus adulthood. If you have itty bitties, they always want to be older. Once you get older, you be like, damn, I miss my kid, my childhood.
If I had to rate being an adult, if I could go on the internet and write a comment to rate my experience as an adult, I would give it 1 star. My comment would be very bad, would not recommend. I want to be grown? You don't want these problems. Do you know when you become an adult, you do not get to do what you want to do?
Nope. Ask me what I'm doing this weekend. Not exactly what I want to do. But then you get freedom and free time to do it, and you don't have kids. It ain't exactly what you should be doing.
You do not get to go where you want to go? I think it's a misconception. When I get grown, I can do whatever I want to do. No, you can't. You can do whatever you can afford to do.
Uh-oh.
Number one. Number two, especially once you have kids, you do whatever your kids allow you to do. That's your first responsibility. Plus, you got to pay for a place to stay. In Arkansas, that's between $900 and $2,000 a month.
He in Arkansas, y'all. What? I was like, what was that, per day in LA? Per day?
Car, that's between $300 and $500 a month. Car insurance, that's about $250 a month. We still hadn't got a haircut, hadn't got our hair done, hadn't bought a new pair of shoes, haven't gone out, hadn't had a good time, haven't gone to the comedy show, haven't gone to the basketball game, haven't done any of that. It's overrated. I would advise you to enjoy being a child. Enjoy being a teenager. Why? Why do I say that? Because you have 70 years to be an adult.
Damn.
From age 18 all the way to 88. You live to be 88 years old. That's 70 years that you're going to be an adult. You're only going to be a child for 17 years. I want to encourage you to embrace being a child.
Blah, blah, blah. I love when I hear somebody breaking it down. Woo! We got to go there. Man, that innocence, that protection, all those things, man. You better enjoy it because when you get older, all you're going to be doing is taking it in, giving it out, and living out what you had to deal with as a child. Man, I ain't nothing but a big kid. There's so many issues I still have from childhood. I'm such a mama's boy, and I put that burden on my wife, you know, and she like, dog, I'm just your wife. Like, you and your mama. But mama gone, so it's like, dang, man. Because me and my mama used to always just have these long conversations and discussions on how we can, like, do more. And sometimes you got to stop having that conversation and just enjoy what you're doing. You know, the more will come. Yep. But don't always be thinking of the more because then you ain't even enjoying what you got the now. Yeah, it's tough. Like, my boys and I had this group text going on about what was better, then or now. And I end up saying now just because I got kids and family, and I'm like, this is better. And I have $4 left. So it's like, this is better. But then I was like, but dog, growing up, riding them bikes around the neighborhood, coming back, hitting the ditch, you know, going to school, not even thinking about anything. Oh my God. And more people were around, more people were still alive then than now, because obviously I'm getting older. Some have been born, some have died, and more have died than been born, at least in my dynamic. Real spit right there, real spit. And it's real spit because, let me just tell you, this is where I'm from, y'all. Let me let y'all know what I know about, what I've been through, what I have experienced in life. Let's talk it. Come on, give it to me. Ooh, these old videos. Oh, they're like, nope, can't do it for you. This is a good one, too. I hope they let me live. Sorry, if they don't, we'll do it tomorrow. I said if they won't let me do it, we'll do it tomorrow. Let me see. I'm going to try one trick.
David Hamilton, a.k.a. Super Crip.
You play against Super Crip at all?
Absolutely, I played with Super Crip.
Yeah.
So I'm coming to high school. I didn't know who Super Crip was. We going at it or whatever. He hit me hard. I hit him hard. I want to say like he put his elbow over something like that and was like, don't move it. I'm like, what? So I hit it down and then we playing. So then after the game, coach was like, see, I like that. He's like, you didn't back down from Super Crip at all. I was like, who?
Dave, bro, they will put this nigga in the Compton Sentinel or a newspaper and say David Super Crip Hamilton.
Which is crazy.
The paper. The nigga nickname made the paper, bro.
So we played in the Magic Johnson round ball game, and this dude got shot. I don't know if it was a day before, but maybe 2 days before.
Yeah, a couple days before he got shot. I want to say it was like, the game was like a Friday or Saturday.
Mhm.
He got shot that Tuesday or Wednesday.
And played in the game.
Yeah.
Shot where though?
Yeah. His
leg?
He got shot in the leg.
Well, man, no.
He went to college, it's called a nigga Super Crip for 3. Like, nigga, what? and I'm playing Snoop Dogg, because Snoop made Crippin', I swear to God, bro. Super Crip for 3.
Man.
to the latest White House.
What's going on? Damn, Coach JB. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, man, that is hilarious. Can't lie, and I'm from Compton. I never heard of Super Crip. They all younger than me, but still. I never heard of Super Crip. But I did know this one blood that was like a super blood. And I heard, rest in peace to him now, he had been shot 11 different times, different days of his life. Not shot 11 times, not 50 Cent 9 or whatever, game 5, not that. 11 different days on the calendar he was shot. Yeah, real spit. Don't know if that's fact or fiction. You know, it could be some hood folklore, but the point is, man, when you saw some of them dudes that had them reputations of like just being gangster, I mean, they would just affect the environment. Yep. I knew one of them. I was like, man, one of my boy's cousins was a super blood. And boy, I've told that story before. Where we were watching the Super Bowl, New England Patriots Super Bowl. I don't know. Who did Chicago Bears beat up? Patriots? I don't know. It was the Bears 85 one. And man, we watching the Super Bowl and we were in the apartment. He ran in there with a trench coat on like it was in a movie. And then he was like, hey, y'all good? And then while he talking, he opened up his trench coat and threw guns on the bed. And we were like, literally put his jacket up in the closet, got the guns, put them up somewhere else, and then say, I'm about to put some hands on this fool, and ran out. So we looking out the window like, what the hell? I ain't going outside, first of all. He just had some guns, so, and he ain't got them no more. They in the house, so I'm like, what? And he went out there and knuckled up. Then I was like, what's the score of the game? Like it just, the PTSD you got to deal with when you just growing up around some BS. I was like, what? What are we supposed to do right now? Watch the game? He almost died. How I know that dude gonna take this L that bad? He knuckled him up too. Oh, he knuckled him up. Oh my God. And I was like, what am I supposed to do now? That's how the game goes. So beat up in the comments, man. Make sure you guys love and rock with it. Tomorrow we're gonna go at it. We're gonna do some more randomness, sports, life, all the above. Let me smile real quick. Can I do this? Work with me, y'all? That's my boy. That's my biscuit. That's my guy. Love for you guys, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with your boy every day, every way. We're going to keep this thing rocking and jogging and stocking. Man, they are really messing with my internet right now. I'm about to reset. They won't let me get it in and out like I want to. You know me, I like to do those DJ cuts. I like to get in and out like a burger. You know what I mean? See how they messing with me?
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.